Hey there, and welcome to part 4 of my Let's Play series with Darkest Dungeon with the new Crimson Court DLC added. So, we left off after 2 very successful weld runs, and I picked up some free Flagellant, and I wanted to check out how his skills work out so far, because I noticed that I didn't check that out. Alright, so... only when he's below 50%. So overall, the Flagellant looks like he's a lot of fun. It's pretty hard to kill because he has a lot of healing skills, but all his strong healing skills... Okay, all his strong healing skills leave him weakened with minus 30% damage and dodge and speed and stuff. This is a lot of pressure. His healing is pretty costly as far as I see it from this point. I'm pretty new to this guy actually. Never played him before, so let's try that out. On the last episode I already made my decision to hit up the Warrens, because we weren't down in the Warrens yet, and I really want to have this trinket going on for my antiquarian. I really love that. So, did we find anything new for our guys here? Keep off skill chance and... oh, that's pretty funny. So, lead resistance. Who wants to have that? I think these two are fine for spot 1. And yeah, why not? I mean, the minus 20 disease resist, nah, that's not good, because Warrens is one of the disease heaviest areas in the game actually, so maybe I don't want to go for that route. So I'm not picking up too much food here, actually 8 are enough, because I will pick up some extra herbs just to be sure. The Warrens contain some curios where you can pick up a lot of food on the way, so I don't need those, but you want to have some extra bandages. I think that should be fine. Usually I just buy too much stuff, and if the loot is good I start throwing away my resources, but I'm this kind of player who feels a lot safer with all this stuff. I'm not min-maxing here, not optimizing too much, because I want to document a pretty regular playthrough while explaining how everything works. So tier 1 expeditions, they're pretty much the spot where you're where the game says, hey there, welcome to Darkest Dungeon, face the terrorists down here and grow accustomed to them. Everything's pretty easy so far for the tier 1 expeditions. It's pretty hard to blow them up even with a totally random party, so let's get going here. I need to complete 100% of our room battles here, so since I'm planning to explore this whole dungeon anyways, that's not too much of a problem here. Alright, so we have 2 damage attacks on this guy. It's a lot of bleeding chances on him. So these 2 guys won't die. It's a bit annoying. So let's slam in this. And he resisted everything. Was this a mistake? I think so. I should have killed one of these dudes rather than trying to weaken them all. So, yeah. This is a good example why finishing off a single enemy as quick as possible is so valuable. So, turns out I made a mistake. My arbalist suffered for that. But these guys are dead. They are not realizing it yet, but they're dead. So let's just random buff and see what I can do for my guys here, or nah. So she got beaten pretty hard here, but I think we'll be okay. There we go. So these curios, you pump in these herbs and you get a crap ton of food, more than you can eat. I think if you're going for an optimal route, you might as well just buy just buy 4 rations and let it like that, and hope for some curio, because these are pretty common down here. With all this food, it's pretty hard to die. Alright, let's go. So, these herd of Crapton, they have pretty high protection value and pretty high critical strike chance. These guys are stress and disease attackers. So usually, don't like this situation too much because I want to get rid of all of them as quick as possible, but yeah. It's kind of like what our Jester did here. Smack these two guys. And let's drop this spell. Yeah, this looks good. It's a lot of bleeding on these guys. So they're pretty resistant to blight, but not too much resistant to bleed. So don't bring too many blight attacks into the Warrens. They're not too useful down here, in my opinion, that is. Alright, let's sniper shot into this guy. I want to take a safe kill here. Maybe I'm lucky and this Iron Swan deals a crap ton of damage, and yeah, that's one objective completed. I've got rid of one source of pressure here, and let's kill off the other dudes. So that's the thing about tier 1 expeditions. Everything dies pretty fast, so it's pretty easy to prioritize properly. This will get a lot harder in tier 2 expeditions already, so yeah, the first episodes of this series are basically grinding up for the challenging part of the game, but I really like to spend all this time explaining every detail here. Let's heal up with food, because yeah, this series is aimed at the less experienced audience of this game, I guess. But maybe there's some stuff for the experienced players as well in my ramblings here, I don't know. I'm just having fun and talking while having some fun. So I'm taking the loop here to cover up all rooms. I'm maybe gonna check out this hallway as well. And we found some spooky journal page. I don't know if these actually give you something if you finish them all up. These pile of bones you can cleanse with holy water. But more often than not I just throw them away because they fill up my inventory slots and I need them. And we got lucky with a scout. With the scouting, it's pretty interesting to know that every single character has a different value of scouting chance. It's not shown here, but as far as I know, characters are differently good at triggering scouting events. Like the Grave Robber and the Highwayman and the Houndmaster trigger scouting more often than the other guys. But while I'm not entirely 100% sure if that is correct, I'm absolutely sure that these guys have trinkets which bolster up their scouting chances. So back to this fight. We already know these guys. They're actually only bleed sources. These are debuffers and they're also able to produce stress damage. So again, I kill off the stressed damage dealers because I don't like getting stressed out on low tier expeditions. This is especially true for every expedition where you have no option to build up a campfire, because the campfire will kill off a lot of stress during a expedition. So this is a bad spot for him. Let's go like that. Oh well, might as well heal something. She's only having the blind shot for spot 1 attacks, and that might as well hit the corpses and that would be entirely useless. Rather damage something. The Hellion did the job. I really love Hellions for spot 1, and oh damn. That's sad. That's really sad. His compulsiveness made him an alcoholic. He will only drink for stress relief now since he touched that keg. Silly Jester. Serves him right. But it's a bit sad because with this curio and these herbs I could have brought up a permanent damage buff for one of my guys for the rest of the dungeon. It would have been sweet. I think this buff is not permanent, it's only lasting until the next camp. But since I can't camp here, it would have been okay. So I guess these spiders will hurt me a lot more. Well, so we got in a crit for 40 damage. That's okay. That's what this game does to us. Ouch. That hurt a crap ton. So I'm gonna pump the rallying flare on this situation because this will cleanse out the stun and the mark. And this demands some bloody retaliation dodge. Damn it. This didn't work out as intended. So let's just keep killing. These 3 are done. My Hellion got beaten up super hard, but yeah. I love the crit mechanic of this game. Oh, let's just buff. You can't reach the last guy. The crits make this game so wonderful random in some spooky way. And even the easiest expeditions can get pretty spooky if you're having an unlucky run and just get perma-critted by stuff. That can happen, so keep an eye out. So these guys just die away to the damage overturn. Oh, hello. This is blood. Yeah, this is part of the Crimson Court DLC. So, as far as I know, these things, they're pretty random. They can be super bad, and turns out I just sacrificed the sanity of my arbalist here, 100%. I feel like this would be a bad idea to just random quaff this blood, but I'm pretty tempted to just try it out, to be quite honest. So let's eat this food, heal up some. Was not enough to heal up my Hellion though. Ah, there's her sanity gone. She's going crazy now. So what's your thing? She went selfish. So every single affliction has a certain kind of flavor to it. So let's check what she does. I was about to fire. Alright, so she went jealous that she hasn't taken that shot. Silly her. Well, she can still kill stuff, but usually every affliction has one thing in common. One afflicted guy will produce permanently stress to the other guys. That's really obnoxious on these. But they will also have some interesting side effects as well. Like, yeah, we're gonna see. I'm not gonna spoil these. Oh, this combination sucks. Alright, there we go. Yeah, turns out I'm gonna drop the journal page again. So let's scout. There are 2 curios along this hallway. I'm not gonna read these books. And who has some trap disarming chances? Yeah, let's just disarm some trap, regain some sanity, pilfer some art. Well, let's drop this anti-venom. It's not as good as art. Alright, it's only one more room battle, and there spawned a new trap. That's interesting. This stuff sometimes happens if you're straying around too long. Also, random fights can be triggered. Oh, he couldn't resist it. So, that's actually useful. Sometimes good things happen from these books, but I tend to ignore them because more often than not you're just receiving a big chunk of stress damage from those. Let's pump in another of those. Pilfer some more antiquities. What I'm gonna drop now? I feel like this is this has to go. It's only 250 gold, and I always hate when that happens, when I derp out on traps. It was an unnecessary hit, but yeah. I was about to say that these are worth more than a 250 gold gem. A single one, especially. Alright, we got a big fight for the end. I really like this skill because it deals considerable damage while applying a considerable damage over time debuff. But don't bring this for bleed resistant crowds. It's pretty useless there. Alright, what I'm gonna do. I wanna bring in damage on these guys. So if she's able to hit this guy, it's not enough. That's sad. But he's gonna die one turn later than expected, so I can leave him be and let him just die. And she's attracting a few critical hits this fight, this expedition, that's sure. Alright, so I'm not gonna touch this one. I'm actually gonna go for this one, and there she misses again. What's your problem? Why are you missing so much? These are actually really bad quirks, especially this one. Crits are so valuable. Alright, I didn't want to touch this one because I was expecting my Jester to do some good work here. And at least I can rely on this funny guy. That's something. Well, she's not suffering from any debuffs to her accuracy, so just a case of bad luck. This game is good at providing situations of bad luck, so his bleeding damage is just insane. And this attack also has a considerable base damage, so I really like it. Alright, so turns out everyone will die this turn, but healing will be also pointless since we're done here. There's not gonna be another fight, so let's have a song for victory. Why not? So here we go. That's done. And I'm gonna get rid of my torches here. I don't need those anymore, but I want to open this chest. Again, these chests always require keys to be safely opened. Look at that. That's a lot of good stuff coming in here. So we're done here. Let's hit the complete button. So tier 1 Warrens expeditions are pretty easy. Overall, the most tier 1 expeditions are considerably easy. I don't like, I think the Coves tier 1 expeditions are the hardest. So another one picked up the healer's gift, but he doesn't like the Warrens anymore too much. Alright. It's a bit sad, but alright. Gotta live through it. And there we go, another week. What's gonna happen this time? Yeah, we're still suffering from these mosquitoes. But this will only go away if we're actually facing the Crimson Court. And we didn't unlock the Nomad's Camp yet, and the Survivalist, so these are missing. So she went absolutely bonkers, and yeah, she needs some stress relief here. This guy is also a bit stressed out, actually too stressed out to bring him to another expedition. So let's heal him up too, or do I? No, actually not. If people are stressed out like that, they're ideal to go for a medium-sized expedition, because on the campfire he will heal up. Oh, there's a man-at-arms. That's great. I love these guys. So right now I'm just trying to pick up one of every kind. Later on I will rack up some other guys as well, don't worry. So, what's up this time? I feel like I should really wait until something shows up I really want to have. So I don't have a bounty hunter yet. So let's look. This is actually pretty interesting. It's more for a ranged setup. but the bleeding skill chance is super strong. The move skill chance too. And let's have a look. So this is a nice trinket for a grave robber. I like those which have no drawbacks. But let's check the other stuff too. Another bounty hunter one. It's also pretty neato. A scouting whistle. And trap disarm chance. Also not bad. And a double-edged pendant. 15% max HP, minus 20 stun resist. Not too sexy. Well, I feel like I want to have this one. And I also feel like I want to bring up some Cove. So we finally got every kind of, done every basic branch of this game covered up in this series. This feels pretty good. So for this expedition I want to pick up the Man-at-Arms, because it's cool to level him up a bit, I guess. And I don't want to bring the Antiquarian for one of those. This is some place I want to be bringing up enough damage to pick up these situations properly. I guess I'm gonna go for something like that here. I'm just gonna go for the 3rd spot. I don't want to bring up the more experienced ones, because I don't want to see them level up too fast. And I feel like this is a good thing. Yeah, also has a title. We're going with the Hunting Hounds of Hell. Ain't that nice? Sounds pretty dangerous, doesn't it? So we're going for the usual spots, sorting again. We're having all our guys here at the upper slots. I really love this option. And let's upgrade the weapons first. I can't upgrade his weapons, sadly. And let's hit the guild next. So I can upgrade some stuff in the guild. I could upgrade the training cost. Pretty interesting. I like those upgrades which reduce your building cost. But I don't want to go for that yet. So right now I want to bring up the adrenaline rush, because the healing will increase and the health buff is also pretty nice. Well, basically it's worth upgrading every single skill you regularly use, because the accuracy base increase is very important. As you've noticed on the last expedition, she missed a lot. These increases will decrease the chances of her missing that much. And there we go for the Vestal. She's not properly equipped to fit in the back line of my team. So this is one spell I really love to have. This is one of my favorite setups for a Vestal. Especially since it's very good for the last spot in the team. And let's check out our Man-at-Arms. He has Crush, he has Bellow. It's pretty interesting, because it's a party-wide debuff for the enemy. He has Command and he has Bolster. So this setup is 100% based on the team buffing skills. I don't like that too much, although they're really useful. But instead I'm gonna learn Retribution as well. And I don't feel like I need this skill too much. This is not too useful in the lower tier expeditions. These are actually pretty good, both of them. Accuracy bonus and crit bonus never hurt. End of the line. So my gold is still pretty low, and I don't like that too much, but yeah. Bringing up the Antiquarian would have been pretty nice, I guess, but yeah, can't help it. So I'm still not sitting on too interesting trinkets. Normally I would unequip all trinkets and re-equip accordingly, but right now I don't have enough resources to go for such a extensive play here. So we're just gonna go into the coves and see how everything will work out. Since I'm having a healer, I'm only pick up 12 rations. Enough shovels are important, some of these are important, some of these are important always. Never forget to bring enough keys. I don't know if I need too much holy water. I'm not too accustomed with these, so I can pick up this blood for free. Damn. This doesn't look too good to me, so we're not gonna buy it. So let's go. I feel like I'm gonna proceed with the series like going for rather either 2 small expeditions or 1 medium expedition per recording, since I think that's a nice format to get this thing going. We're getting slowly closer to the actual Crimson Court DLC. I test played it a while ago. It's more than a month now. And when I ran the first time in it, it was pretty, pretty rough. I noticed that some patches went on for some downscaling of this content, but I don't know much yet. So it was just sticking my head into it for a moment and then running away panicking from a crazy, deadly crocodile. So we need to readjust this. And is this guy properly fit for? No. I like this skill on this spot. This spell is really useful. Don't underestimate it. Alright, I have 2 skills for that, and yeah, let's go. They're already stressed. We just entered the dungeon. Sissies. So we got a new torch. That's a start. So Coves I consider as one of the most dangerous tier 1 areas because, yeah, this is one good example. This team has one very good supporter, which is this shaman. He can heal up people and he can buff up people, which makes him super dangerous. These guys are sitting on 75% protection value, which is also pretty high. And yeah, these just do considerable amounts of damage. Don't underestimate them. So in this area, bringing down these guys first is super important. I'm actually happy every time they do an attack like that, even though it's a big chunk of stress. It also means they're not gonna buff their allies. That's really important down here. So we're not gonna fiddle around with this guy and just lightning him down and we're getting rid of him for good. So the next part of these snails, you want to either bleed them out or light them out, because just smacking them takes a while. But this one hit of my Hellion here was enough to finish him off. He's dead. He just didn't notice it yet. So next on the plate is Retribution, one skill of the Man-at-Arms I really love. He marks himself, but he will always counterattack when he gets attacked. It's not 100% safe, as you have noticed. This snail didn't... These guys don't give a crap about him being marked and trying to tank hits for the team, but I think that's okay. That happens a lot with this skill. So I'm gonna bring in a random stun here to diminish the damage a bit. And I'm gonna attack this guy. Because if I'm able to kill him before he's acting, I would have gained something, but that didn't happen. So I'm not giving up with the Retribution here. I'm gonna try that again. And I feel like I have to do this. This doesn't feel good because this blow was strong enough to bash down this dude, but he's stunned. He's not doing anything for this turn. And I'm getting a whole turn of attacks on this guy, so that should work out. But I'm gonna heal up some of my guys, because that's another thing of the Coves. Coves fights usually tend to take a bit longer than fights in other areas, so take your time to heal up your team between fights. It's really important, because this place can wear you down pretty hard. Yeah, this is a wonderful example for a longer fight. So look at that. These guys, he gets buffed. He has a big damage buff now. Problem with these, they can protect an ally. They can shield somebody. And this is pretty concerning. So I'm gonna pump in the dog treat here to buff up the damage and just go straight into this guy and nuke his face. Because once these guardians start to tank every attack for these guys, they get really... It's really annoying to get rid of them. It's getting super hard to get rid of them. So for now, I'm gonna drop in a bolster to pump up the speed and dodging values of my team, because I feel like this is a good idea. This fight won't be over in a few turns. So I try to stun this guy while his damage buff is online. And yeah, these have 33% protection, ton of bleed resistance, and I'm lacking blight. So I'm ill prepared here. So, damn. It's gonna be not easy. There goes the Barnacle Barrier. So, check out how this works. He gains protection, 25%, and will soak up every single hit I will direct on this guy. So, this will be super bad if I keep attacking him. But that's why I brought a Vestal. I'm gonna chunk this guy as hard as possible. I want to get rid of him quickly. If I get lucky with bleed, yeah. At least one of these guys is down. And I'm gonna bolster again. Because you can stack up nicely the dodge value and plus 10 on everybody. It's pretty much. There we go. So I can only attack this guy. But it's gonna be hard to bring him down with 58% protection. That's why Blight is a very good source of damage for this area, but hey, you can't have everything, you know. I thought about bringing the Plague Doctor, but, well, I'm gonna be quite honest. I'm tired of playing Vestal and Plague Doctor in the same team, because I feel like this slows down your team so much. Don't like it too much. Although in this scenario it would have been a valid pick. Absolute valid pick. So this fight takes a while, as you can see, and we're getting chumped pretty hard here. So the first bolster went down, but I'm not gonna reapply it. I really want to get rid of this guy as quick as possible. Which worked out really well. So he's dead too. Let's heal up this old man and win this fight. There we go. I really hope I can bring in another heal or something, or use some Cry Havoc and heal some stress. I really like this skill. Ah, damn. I could have went for Adrenaline Rush and Healer too. Derped that out. Alright. So again, we need to complete 100% of the room battles. And yeah, it turns out we need to explore the whole dungeon here. So meeting 2 of these Pelagic Guardians is kind of like a worst case scenario, actually. It's not gonna... This is really as hard as it can get for tier 1 Coves expeditions. That's why I immediately went into the Dog Treat there, because I really wanted to pump up his damage. And look at that, she's nuking this shaman. She's blasting down the heathens. I guess this was some divine retribution for those creatures. Alright, my front line got roughed up pretty hard. And I want to change something about that. And we're taking in a lot of hits. These guys, they hurt so much. Everything down here hurts so much. And I'd be really interested in your opinion, guys. I feel like Coves is one of the hardest branches of the game. I understand it's new, it's cool and everything, but I feel like the other 3 basic branches are so much easier to complete. This area always... Yeah, stuff like that keeps happening down here. I mean, this party is not ideal. I don't want to moan here. I'm absolutely make this mess myself, but I feel like we're able to deal with it. But just want to say, I feel like Coves is the hardest basic branch of this game. So he's taking 2 damage more. I think we can live through that. But I'm gonna break up some rations here. Because their HP were already that low. didn't feel too well with that. Alright, so this is another dangerous group, but at least I feel like it's less dangerous than the sword-wielding fish guys. I feel like they're way more dangerous. So again, I really want to get rid of the shaman first. I don't know if I really want to blow up my... let's do this. I feel like this is one of the fights. With the dog treat, the possibility exists to one-shot these guys, and I got lucky 2 times right now, because the damage of this with the dog treat is 8 to 12. Hit twice for 12. Super lucky here. And that's where my luck runs out. So that's the problem with Resolve 0 characters. Their accuracy ratings on their skills are all super low and they miss a lot. This gets a lot better once you upgrade all these skills. So I'm trying to apply as much bleeding on these guys as I can. And I'm not gonna hurt her anymore, because I feel like she will die anyways, and this time she's stunned, and the next time she will act, she's dead. That's what I wanted to say. So I'm gonna go for this move again. And let's make this guy bleed. Hopefully. No, he resisted. He's wasting his turn. That's great, because she will die anyways. He can't take this bleed damage for her, but his protection value went up pretty high. So let's go for another 50% buffed attack. I mean, these guys, they're not invulnerable or such. They just take a while to kill if you're not using blight damage. Alright. Good point to bring up a group heal and heal up everybody a bit. Ah, damn. And there's also a lot of bleed in here. But when Coves was freshly released, I remember the times when every single of these little fish dudes also applied a very strong bleed with their sword attacks. That was pretty bonkers. That was so hard to beat. Sadly my stun didn't hit here. I would have loved to stun him again, because it takes forever to kill this guy, but we finally managed. There we go. And we actually already completed the quest, so this means there will be no more room battles around here. Super nice. As far as I know, these thingies work with holy water and providing a nice damage buff. So I'm gonna patch him up. I want to avoid extra damage, but I want to keep looting down here. Because every time I go down here and pick up a new guy, or level up the other guys, I'm investing a lot of money, and I really need to regain all that gold. Because the first 5 to 10 expeditions or such, you're just grinding for gold. You're just trying to grind gold and those antiquities to upgrade your buildings. Those are your main priorities to get the ball rolling. You want to have the blacksmith online as soon as possible to get the level 3 weaponry. That's a super strong power spike in your game. And yeah, that's what I'm trying to achieve here. And I'm trying to level up the other guys as well in the meantime, of course. But look at that, she's just like a critical hit magnet, this girl. So I'm gonna kill off one of these again. And I feel like some healing crit. Well, it wasn't as strong as the thing that hit her in the first place, but hey, look there. Critical hit with this damage buff. It's insane. Alright. If I'm lucky, I'm gonna I'll be able to not run into too many fights here and just pick up some sweet curios. But I'm not too certain about that. I feel like there will be some nasty floor fights along the way. A lot of these things are empty on this run. Alright, scouting chances trigger again. So far, there are really not too many fights left in here. This relieves me a bit, because this party is not optimal to finish fights down here. They're certainly taking a bit too long. And yeah, we're lucky. No more fights down here. That's cool. Just some loot. But overall, this is such a mediocre loot here. And disarm this trap and at least get rid of some stress of her. There we go. Time to eat something. This eat timer is pretty random. Sometimes it takes forever to trigger again, and sometimes you walk 3 or 4 tiles and they get hungry again. So always have at least two meals available for you guys. So that's it. There are no more curios ahead, so I'm gonna skip out here. There's no reason to walk further down this hallway. Alright, what did we achieve? 5.8k. This is really not much. This was not too profitable. So, obsessed with the paranormal. That's -5 melee, -5 damage ranged skills. Are his hound attacks ranged skills? I don't think so. They shouldn't be, at least. Sounds a bit stupid. Alright. So I'm gonna patch up my guys and manage my little town here a bit more, and I think then I'm gonna cut this episode there. And she got healed, but with this town event going on, we're not regaining stress. We're not healing from stress damage too well. And there's a leper. I really like to have this guy. And yeah, I want to have more hero barracks. More recruits are important. So let's have a look at this. I traded a lot of these thingies. But yeah, for now, I'm not even having too many guys that are able to wear tier 3 armor, so that's okay. Let's check the guild though. I'm gonna be able to use this pretty soon. Actually, I can use it already if I trade in some antiquities. Let's see. So, for now, I don't want to send anybody for stress heals. Because like I mentioned, if I get a medium-sized expedition, I can use these. So, yeah, I'm gonna look up these trinkets for the next episode. I don't feel like sending anybody into into the abbey or the tavern because we're really poor right now. And yeah, so the next episode will contain some antiquarian plays, I guess. Alright, so we're grinding towards the DLC content, promise. And thanks for watching, and hope you're gonna join in again. Bye bye, guys.